Hello, Heather here with Happiness Ever After. Welcome back, or if you're new, welcome to the channel. Subscribe, like, if you care for the content. I started Happiness Ever After, the channel and the business, happinesseverafter.com, to share my happiness journey as well as advice and things that I have seen work for other people in my personal training and life coaching businesses. So I am here talking this week about ghosting yourself. And today we're up to number 3, step 3. First was uncovering your triggers. Second was stopping the cycle, slapping your wrist, knocking off the old behavior. And now step 3 is replacing the old behavior with new, non-ghosted behavior. So what I mean by that is, if you've been pulling yourself back, if you've been hiding your personality, if you've lost a sense of who you are, or maybe don't ever feel like you've ever found where you fit or what it is you truly believe in deeply in your core of your being, then that is where the work is going to be done right now, right here in this step. So the way that we stop hiding ourselves, the way that we stop diminishing ourselves, that we stop pulling back, is we need to recognize what it is we stand for and what are things that we can compromise on, or what are our major tent poles, for lack of a better word, that anchor us into the earth, that anchor us into our, into what we feel is right or wrong. I cannot allow people to hurt my friends. If I see people going after, or a group of people, that are defenseless or aren't there to represent themselves or anything like that, I get very triggered. I get very upset, and I have to step in and say something, or I have to at least hold to my standards. I don't have to cause an argument or a disturbance depending on the level of offense, but I do need to say something, and I need to make it be known that this is something that I do not stand for, because I can't allow somebody to think that this behavior is okay, 1, or 2, that I'm going along with it by being quiet or complacent, if you will. So there's certain things that you're going to be triggered. Another thing is my momness. I am very confident and also insecure in that. And so if somebody tries to, make comments or suggest that I may not be doing the best job as a mom, that's something that triggers me, and I do need to stand up for myself in that case. So there are certain things, there are certain standards, there are certain lines that people can't cross. And then there are others that are a little bit more blurry. But for you, me, everybody, it's going to be different, right? So if you feel like you've lost a sense of who you are and you're not fully representing that, you need to find out what are your boundaries, what are your staples, what are your roots, what is it that you can and cannot live without, and then start to figure out a way to respond to that in a supportive way, in a positive way, right? Don't start throwing tantrums and fits or yelling and screaming, but how do you represent yourself and what you stand for in a confident way that lets people know that this is my line, this is my hard line, you can't cross this space, okay? This is what I stand for, and this is what I believe in, this is what I expect, this is what I deserve. Now carry on. Thank you so much. Just had to lay that out right there. Okay, so these are the opportunities now that when you're triggered by these people or these circumstances or these situations, and you feel like you're not sharing who you are, or you're lessening who you are, or you're dumbing down your responses because you don't want to cause a conflict. What are things that you could say or do that still hold true to you, but isn't necessarily agreeing or just backing off or being silent or hiding or whatever it is that you've been doing that's making you feel like you're disappearing? Okay, so this is where the hard work is going to be done. Figure out what you stand for and what you will and will not allow, and then figure out how to politely, strongly, but not aggressively draw those lines. Okay, and stand up for yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, and if you don't stand up for yourself, who will? If you don't value yourself first, who will value you? You've got to set the value. You've got to set the price. Supply, demand. It's like you have to create the vision of yourself that you want other people to see in you. Okay. So yeah, it's just that easy. Just go start doing that. Start with figuring out what it is you stand for. Why did these things trigger you so much? Why are they so offensive to you? And how can you respond to that in a positive manner going forward that allows people to know that it's not okay and that you do have opinions, but that you can support them in a positive way and you can respond in a positive way, but you're not going to take their crap anymore. That's it. Until we meet again, my lovelies, we have one last fourth step in this process and we'll close it out. So have a beautiful day, a beautiful week, and until we meet again,